First, I'm going to... Come on. It's not cool. That was scary, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Everybody, it's Miss Christie. Here we are for another week of Church with Chirp. Some churches are meeting in person again, but I hope you will still come and hang out with me for Church with Chirp because I really like spending this time with you. Our message today is the same as last week because remember, we want to be able to remember it forever. It is, It is God is everywhere. Before we read our story, we are going to talk about our story time rules. I bet these are pretty similar to the ones you use at school or at homeschool time. Probably you need to have a quiet mouth, quiet hands, quiet feet, watching eyes, and you need to sit in your chair. I'm sitting in my chair, but it's okay with me if you are standing up or if you are sitting on the floor or on your bed. Those things are all fine, as long as we are working on learning. Today, we are going to talk about how God is everywhere. Look at all these places. Anywhere you could go, God is there. Everywhere I go, God is there. Why? Because God is everywhere. If I go into the forest, God is there. If I go underwater, God is there. If I go into space, God is there. God is everywhere. Let's read it together. God is everywhere. All right, it's your turn. Ready, set, go. Yay! That's a good story. Now let's talk about our Bible verse. I brought it with me today. Here it is. God is everywhere. In all the heavens, that means the sky, and the earth. Jeremiah 23:23. I'm going to do it one more time, and then it's going to be your turn, all by yourself. God is everywhere, in all the heavens and the earth. Jeremiah 23:23. Now it's your turn. Are you ready? Okay, here goes. Good job. I'm proud of you. Now that we did those two things, it's time for our art. Let's do some art together. First of all, we're going to do our communication activity. Grown-ups, if you would like to have access to these lesson materials, they are available on the Chirp curriculum website, which is in the information box below. But feel free to adapt these activities so that you don't need to order anything if you don't wish to. I want to make the lessons and the art activities appropriate and available to anyone regardless of price. And so please feel free to adapt. Our communication activity this week is we are going to match up these words with these tiny little words. I think we can do it. Let's see. I need a glue stick. I already used my scissors to cut the pictures up. Grown-ups, if your child is not cutting safely yet, then please do that part yourself. I'm going to move the camera. Okay, my glue stick, I need to find a word that looks like G-O-D. Is it this one? I-S. No, it is not. Is it this one? This one's too long. Is it this one? G-O-D. That's it. I'm going to put it right here. My next word is pretty short, so it can't be this long one. It must be this one, I-S. I'm going to put it right there. And I only have one left, so it is this long one. It says everywhere. Everywhere. The fun part about this activity is that I also have lots of tiny little pictures to add to my artwork today. Let me glue these on one at a time. These are all places where God is, because God is everywhere. God is in my house. God is at my school, whether I'm there or not. God is on every island, every single one. God is at church. My church doesn't look like that. God is in the desert, which is great because that's where I live. God is in space. So astronauts still can talk to God. God is in the mountains. God is in the ocean. And God is in the forest. I'm sure you can think of lots of other places where God is also. This is how my picture looks. God is everywhere. Grown-ups, if you don't have the Chirp materials, one way that you could do this project is by having your child draw pictures of lots of different places, perhaps these places. Perhaps you draw a palm tree and you write desert. Perhaps you draw some fish and some water and you write ocean. That is a very fun way to do this activity also. Now we're going to do our motor activity, which means we're going to use our hands even more. Today we will need a piece of paper. This is just printer paper, but you could use construction paper if you wish to. I think that the white or another light color would probably be best because we're going to be working with lovely paint. I have some plastic circles that I can put the paint in, and I decided today I'm going to use blue and green because they are so pretty. I'm not going to start with very much paint. Actually, I'm going to move the camera again. Hopefully it does not fall over. There's my green, and here's my blue. The lesson plans called for a paint dauber or a bingo stamp. Well, I don't have one. My classroom has one, but I am not there. So I decided to be creative and use a carrot. I have a big end and a small end on my carrot. They're kind of the same, but one is a little bit bigger. I'm going to use the blue one as the bigger side with the blue paint and the smaller side with the green paint. First, I'm going to glue on my main idea strip because I really want to remember what I've learned about this week and last week. So I think today I will glue it on kind of at an angle because that looks pretty to me today. Remember, art is an experiment, Sometimes it works out better than others. Should I start with green or blue? I think blue. It's my favorite. Let's see how this works. You know what? This is even better than a bingo dauber. And less expensive and less wasteful. If you have a guinea pig or a rabbit, you can just cut off the end that has paint on it and you can feed it to your guinea pig. You could also cut off the end that you used and wash it real well and use it in your stew. I really like how this looks. I'm going to do some green now, so I'm going to flip it around and use the other end for the green. Oh, this is very beautiful. It's very soothing too. Grown-ups, kids typically really like to stamp. And in my classroom, when we do stamping of any kind, it usually lasts a long time, and we have at least one student in every class who stamps the whole paper full. Every stamp I do is reminding me God is there. God is there. God is here. God is here. I'm going to do some more blue because my green paint is all gone. God is here. God is here. God is here. I need more green. God is there. God is there. God is everywhere. Do you want to see my painting up close? I got a little paint on me, but that's okay. Ooh, I have to put my fingers where the paint isn't. There we go. God is everywhere. I think that's beautiful. Wasn't that fun art? I really love to stamp, and it was extra fun to stamp with a vegetable. Let's talk to God together. Remember, you don't need pictures to talk to God. Sometimes it helps to have pictures so my thoughts stay a little more organized. But you can talk to God just with your mouth. You can talk to God just by thinking. You can talk to God when you're alone. You can talk to God when you're with other people. You can talk to God anytime, and He is always listening. What will I tell God today? God, you are everywhere. Gentle. God does not harm me. Thank you for rain. We need some more rain here in the desert. It's very hot and very dry. And music. I love music. Please help me make good choices. Be a good friend. Actually, I want one more. Speak kind words. Sometimes people do things that really bug me, and I don't want to say nice words about them. I want to say mean words about them that are not loving at all. And God does not want me to do that. He wants me to always speak kind words. I'm working on it. Please take care of our planet, my friends, and my family. I love you, God. The end. Amen. This was a wonderful time today, wasn't it? I want you to look around, and everywhere you see things, I want you to think, God is there. God is here. God is here. God is at the library. God is in space. God is on the moon. He is everywhere, all at the same time. It's amazing. I hope you have a wonderful week. and I will see you next time for Church with Chirp. Bye.